friend. I'm so excited to chat with you today. I feel so privileged to have watched this incredible journey unfold over, I don't know, how long has it been now? A year? Longer?
I think I found you in September, so it's under a
Oh,
year. I've
yes.
been working at trying to get results for over a year, but it wasn't until I found your program that in September, it was September, I found Nutrition Happens.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so I asked you to come on for this to share your story because it's been so profound and impactful for not only me to hear, but other members in these groups of mine that you've been in. Can you share a little bit of your history and kind of what where you were when you I guess found me in September?
Absolutely. And again, thank you so much for having me. I feel honored as well. So I come from a background of being extremely physically active, from a young age. I played soccer, gained a lot of weight right before I turned 30, got really heavy, got someone to help me, lost weight, maintained for 10 years a great maintenance level, active lifestyle, great nutrition, hit 40, and boom, I hit a brick wall. And I am a growth mindset person. Like I grab every book, I listen to every podcast, and it's really hard to get through all the noise. So what happened is I was trying to learn what I needed to do,
Mhm.
and I just couldn't find the right person to help me figure out because I steadily started gaining. Like just I would say by the time I'm going to be 50 this month, and from 40 to 50 I gained a good 30 pounds. And I had lost that much. I had lost 40 pounds from 29 to 30 or, around that area. I
Mhm.
never wanted to go back there. Never. I mean, I've done triathlons, I've done marathons, I worked out at the gym, tried the cardio thing. It wasn't working. Like I've done everything and nothing was working. Fast forward, somebody had recommended Stacy Sims' book to me probably like a year or two ago.
Mhm.
Whatever. I lost my sister in 2021. That was like the climax of my weight loss. I think I just ate my way through grief. So
Mhm.
by that time, I like pretty much had just given up. I was like, nothing's working. I hate my life. I'm just going to eat my way through everything.
Yeah.
Then I got so uncomfortable. I was like, I can't do this. I have to do something. Read Stacey Sims' book. Still didn't know how to apply it. I decided I'm going to get my Fitness Pal. I'm going to start entering my food on my own and see what I'm eating. Well, that was great, but then I didn't know what numbers to use.
Yeah.
Like I knew how to enter food and track food, but I didn't know what my calorie target was. I didn't know how to figure any of it out. I honestly don't remember the specific moment. I was like, I'm getting Nutrition Happens, but I saw you, I think, with Stacy Sims on Instagram. You must have been marketing really well for Nutrition Happens because it hooked me. Something hooked me. Um, I've always been the type of person that looks for education. Like, I don't want
Mhm.
someone to just say, like, here's like a cookie cutter thing, do this, because I actually tried that and didn't work.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to know how to maintain good physical health because my dad had a lot of health problems. Rest his soul. He passed away in November, but he pushed through a lot: diabetes, amputation, heart problems. He is my why. And my goal was longevity, like whatever you want to call it. Like let's go peacefully and quietly at the end of my time.
Yes.
But I want to be able to walk, and I had to watch. My father was a strong, determined person, but I had to watch him struggle physically, and it was hard for me. And I decided when I found out he had a heart condition in my late 20s, I wasn't going to let that happen to me. What can
Yeah.
I do to prevent this? So I said to my husband, this is the last ounce of money I am spending. I stopped all supplements. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not drinking vinegar anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever I was doing. I'm like, I said to my husband, "You know what? I'm trying one more thing. And if it doesn't work, forget it. Like, I'll just eat healthy, I'll eat whole foods, and I'll just hope for the best." I signed up for Nutrition Happens, and it was like, first of all, the way you lay out the modules, that speaks to my soul. Like, just every special guest you had, it was easy for me to absorb the information. And I'm not a trainer. I don't want to be a trainer. I just want knowledge. And that was it. I was so, like, plugged in because it made sense to me and it was what I was looking for. And I knew that, okay, if this doesn't work, nothing's going to work. So it was at towards the end of Nutrition Happens where you gave out the macros for shred. It was brilliant, I think, to separate the nutrition from the fitness. I
Mhm.
literally did not do any exercise when I was doing Nutrition Happens. I just got my little binder. I printed out your materials. I have my little checklist.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
I went through it. And it was like common sense, but there's so much noise everywhere that, like, you don't know what
Yeah.
to believe. So when I got my number, Shred Happen started. I had your app and everything, and I knew I couldn't. For me, I can't work out at home. Like, I need to get to the gym.
Mhm.
Actually, I did CrossFit for 2 years before I started you, which I love the people, but I was trying something new. I had never done it, and I was said, let's do something different. My husband and I did it together, and I love them and I love that gym, but I actually had to quit the membership because I can't maintain a group schedule.
Mhm.
So that helped me find everything else, whatever. But it the workouts were exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to be at the gym. I wanted to have something that said, like, do this for this many rounds. There's a little video, there's this, there's that, and it makes it easy. And I had the numbers. The numbers are the magic. I was like, oh my God, I got numbers. I can do, loss or maintenance. And I'm like, the minute I plugged into the deficit, it was like the clouds, disappeared from the sky. The sun came out and it was on. Like, I was consistently dropping. Like, nothing had worked. And I think it was, is his name Tony Butaji?
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, the way he speaks is, I really like his style of communicating the information because he keeps it simple.
Mhm.
And the deficit really sunk in with me. And I realized I had been totally overeating, totally overeating. I was trying to change percentages. I wasn't looking at
Mhm.
grams. Oh,
Mhm.
let's do more carb. I wasn't looking at the calorie deficit. I wasn't. And then got those numbers, and that was it. It was like, I think I lost a total of 15 pounds from what was it, 6 weeks of shred?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I also did every single workout. Like,
Yeah.
and then the hour one, like, we all have 24 hours in a day. We all have a busy schedule, but you gotta make time for what's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're in fat loss now.
Yes.
Okay. So this has been quite a journey and I loved when you I just love when you post in general because you are a storyteller and it's so fun and just emotional to hear some of your stories and how you write. You're a fantastic writer
Thank
too.
you.
But you can really, you can feel the emotion in it, and that this has been I mean, the before and after pictures say it all, but there's more to the story than the physical transformation as well, and I love how you've shared some of that with me and within the groups, because it is a huge, it's it's a huge part of our identity, and while there's so many moving parts at this time of life, your story is so familiar to lots of women that feel like they're just at this end point of, why do I keep I don't wanna keep trying things and just fail, fail, fail. Nothing's working, nothing's working, nothing's working. So to get results for you makes my heart sing, and I just love that you took that, I had a small part in your journey and you took that step. I don't know what I said in the marketing of the nutrition, but
I don't
clearly
remember either.
I'm glad our paths crossed for sure.
um, and Bill Campbell, I love. I mean, when I heard his first lecture in your program, I always look everybody up. That's another thing I do. Like
Yeah,
I research everybody,
yeah,
and he lives near me. Like, I mean, I didn't meet him in person,
yeah.
but he actually lives near me, and I emailed him and just thanked him for his what he did for us in your program. But the one thing I do want to say, especially to your audience, is that I firmly believe you are not alone, and knowing that you are not alone is so important. So, no matter who you are, your story is important. And I used to feel embarrassed to tell my story, but as you get older, you don't care about what other people think. And you'd be surprised that when you start talking to people, you will find out you are not alone. And it's not abnormal what you're going through. And, when my sister died, I think it probably took me a good 3 years to get out of a depression of it. I didn't speak to anybody maybe for a year. It was
Mhm.
tough. Um, but I wasn't even on Facebook, like, and I still am not. I just got in your group just to get in it. So telling a story is important to me because that's why I'm in the group. Like, I want to
Mhm.
share that with people, and I want to see what other people are saying and see other people's success. But I personally hit menopause at 48. I'm not ashamed to tell the world. So I also want people to know that, like, I'm post, at this point. I'm just,
Yeah.
yeah, this is, and I'm having success. It's possible to have success. And I know everybody's different, but I really feel that those numbers are everything.
Yes. I mean, and it is so enlightening because most women that come into the groups, they're not, eating at McDonald's 24/7. They're eating pretty well, but when we have that education, I mean, it's eye-opening. For myself as well, when I first started, years ago, I was like, there's no way that the Muddy Buddies that I just made was 700 calories in two cups. And it's just easy to snack a little bit here, a little bit there, and then it all definitely adds up. But that is a crucial piece of the puzzle, is that education.
Learning portions, like really learning, has been enlightening for me because, like you said, I absolutely love this group. Is definitely a very intelligent, higher educated group in fitness. I mean, and that's another thing I love about it. Like, I love when someone posts and they're a trainer or they're a runner, and I'm like, okay, these are people, and there's beginners too. So it's a nice diverse group. But as much as I knew about nutrition, like, I had no idea, like you said, what the content, the number, the numeric content of what I was putting in my body. Because you
Yeah.
know what? American portions
Oh,
are astronomical.
yeah.
Like, one plate at a restaurant could be your entire calorie budget for the day.
Yep. It's it's mind-blowing, and this is, like, why it's so hard, especially, I mean, obviously, we're in America, so I always speak to America, but it is not set up to live a lean lifestyle
No.
anywhere, and so that's really hard, and women feel like they don't have, "Maybe I don't have enough willpower," and it's like everywhere you turn is a pretty crappy option most of the time. I mean, there's getting to be better options, but it's hard. It's
Yeah.
tough.
It's really hard. But again, going, like, I can navigate. When we do like our Friday night date night, after work, and I'll look at the menu ahead of time, and a lot of the menus now give a calorie content, but
Mhm.
because, and it has taken me this long. I mean, I'd say what, half a year, it takes a while to learn. Like, I'm just now getting used to doing it sort of without the scale, but I always
Mhm.
check it on the scale. But like I know now, like what meats are leaner, what carbs are better, or those things that have a heavier content of each macronutrient.
Mhm.
I'm so much more educated on. So when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, well, I can have the bread. I actually can if I want
Yeah,
to. I just have to have not two loaves of it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and those are the this is the conversation that I have not only in my groups, but with my one-on-one clients where I'm like, everything is a negotiation, just like a finance budget. It's like, okay, we make these behavior. What I'm hearing you say is you've made these changes in behavior and habits, and that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life and go out to dinner. It's just picking and making different like push pull decisions. Well, I won't have the second loaf of bread because I really want, a glass of wine. And so this balances out. Or I'm eating leaner throughout the day because I know I'm going to go out to this restaurant and it's going to be pretty calorie heavy. And it's just making these small adjustments that doesn't have to rule your entire life and doesn't have to consume you and have all of these no, 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 no. It's like, yes, we have to be more strict when we're in an energy deficit, but the goal is that we aren't there forever and that you get to live this lean lifestyle. And now you can eyeball to a good extent food portions and see what that is now that you have the education for it.
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't do this all the time, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I will take on a maintenance day, I'll, like, look at, my favorite Symphony chocolate bar, and I'll be like I'll take my little calculator out, my little macro calculator, and I'll be like, "How much could I eat of that to fit it in my budget?" Because
Yeah.
if it fits
Yeah.
and it's just, like, 1 or 2 days a week, why not,
Yeah.
And it doesn't ruin my goals, and I mean, I love chocolate, so I'm not giving it up, but
Me too.
I'm not gonna
Oh my goodness.
So it's been very liberating because I will say when I was in my 30s, I had learned to eat via the blood type
Mm,
and various testing though. I had an amazing trainer who changed my life,
mhm,
which is also what I knew once this started working how great this was going to be because I had experienced already like losing 40 pounds when I turned 30 literally changed my life. Like, not just my health, but my financial life, my work life, my
mhm,
relationship life, everything. And I didn't like feeling like I was getting back to that place of hiding. Like, I
mhm.
didn't want to hide under everything and behind
Yeah.
everything. But I it's liberating not to be feel restricted. So before I was enjoying it because I just got into a groove, but I literally would try to avoid certain foods, which now I actually don't have to do that. Like
Yeah.
I was avoiding like if the list said avoid bananas because it's not good for your blood type. I was like, "Oh, I don't want to eat it." That's not necessarily so healthy, but like at that time, I was very active and healthy and, no health problems internally. And so everything was going well. But now it's like I'm still healthy and I'm eating meat. I was vegetarian for over 10 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I there's a lot of layers to the story, but I forgot about that. So I didn't touch animal protein and not because I was, against it, just when I learned via the blood type way,
Mhm,
it says type A's are supposed to be vegetarian. So I was like, well, this is working for me. So why
yep,
am I going to mess with it?
mhm.
Um, so when I started your program, like, and my friends know all about like my fitness history and everything, they were like, "You're eating bacon? You're eating red meat?" Like I couldn't believe I was eating it. I was like, I love the fact now that I could go out to the restaurant and order a steak
Yeah,
and not feel like it's going to be detrimental.
yep, yes.
Liberating.
Liberating. I love this, Karen. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I love these, and women love them, and I know this is gonna help so many women, and they're going to see and hear themselves in what you're saying, because so many women have, while our stories are different, there's so many similarities that we all face at this age. So thank you for taking the time to share this. Thank you for trusting in me, and thank you for really showing up and doing the work. Because
Well, thank you for being you and sharing your gifts with the world.
thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a 5-star review and sharing the Body Pod with your friends.
Until next time.